it's time to start the Northern Indiana Conference basketball season. You are looking at Algae Oldham Gymnasium on the south side of South Bend, where tonight just 3 miles separate these neighborhood rivals. The top-ranked team in 3A, the Marian Knights, have come a-calling on the Riley Wildcats on this edition of the 46th game of the week. And how you doing, everybody? With the Hall of Famers, Bob Nagel and Bo Hunt courtside, it's Chuck Freeby. Great to have you with us for what we think will be an exciting night of basketball. Coaching searches have been the big talk in this area this week, and if you were doing a coaching search, you would say that the Marian Knights check all the boxes. They have offense, they have defense, they have rebounding.
And they have a very special backcourt, which they're going to rely on heavily for their scoring. Going to need some people down low. Kaleo Kakalea, Thornton, they're all going to have to get in there and handle the defensive pressure that Riley will put on them. Plus, they're going to have to eliminate that chance for a rebound basket. Offensive board tonight will be big. Alex Daniels done a nice job at Riley, but Rob Berger is the veteran here. Not too worried about having that number 1 on his back.
Well, it doesn't hurt that he knows that Riley's best player from a year ago, Blake Wesley, started for Notre Dame tonight. That's a different story. So now the Riley Wildcats have a group of 5 guys that are working really hard together to get things done.
Yeah, names like Span, we've talked about him the last couple of years, but it was always, they could rely on Wesley to do some great things and help him out. The other guy's going to have to help out and get involved in it, and I think they can. They would like to play a fast pace. They'd like to get in Marion's face, especially in the backcourt, and they'd really like to hit those boards, especially in the offensive end.
Bo Hunt joining us on the sidelines tonight. And, Bo, you know that Bob loves to talk about offense, but the defense has really been a point of emphasis for Alex Daniels since taking this Riley job. How much has it changed the Cats?
Well, you know what they always say, defense wins championships, and, well, Riley's had the offense the last 5-6 years. They haven't won that championship, so he wanted to get back to the basics and get that defense. So defense is very important to this team and very important in winning championships, guys.
It keyed them to a sectional championship last year. Can it help carry them to an NIC title? The road to that goes through this gym tonight with Marian taking on Riley. We've got a lot to talk about with the Jordan Automotive Keys to Win, and it comes your way next on the 46th game of the week.
This is the WHME TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week, brought to you by Intera Credit Union, Bill's Heating, Jordan Automotive Group, TCU, Wolverine Mutual Insurance, Crown Trophy, Imagineering Finishing Technologies, St. Andrews Products, and the IHSAA.
This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you by the Jordan Automotive Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. The pride of the South Side, the Riley High School Band, entertaining the crowd as we count down to tip-off here between number 1 ranked Marian and the Riley Wildcats. Let's look now at our Jordan Automotive Keys to Win for this one. We'll start with the visiting Marian Knights, who are led in scoring by their backcourt. 6'2" senior Richard Brooks not only led the team in scoring a year ago, he had 19 in their opener against Goshen on Tuesday night. Brooks, a terrific three-point shooter who hit 41% from beyond the arc a year ago, and he's joined in that backcourt by the 6'1" junior Declan Sullivan, who had 18 in the win over the Redhawks on Tuesday night. A year ago, he averaged about 15 points a game. He, too, is a solid three-point shooter, connecting on 32% from beyond the arc a year ago. The keys for Rob Berger and the Knights.
Well, Rob needs to have his guys fill the paint tonight on offense and defense. They need to get to the hoop offensively and also get a chance to limit the inside shooting for Riley, so they may have to shoot it from the outside. They got to keep them off the glass, one and done when they can. And transition defense will be really big. They can make it back in time to keep Riley in the half-court offense. That'd be a much better opportunity for Rob Berger. He's number 1 coming in, but focus more on Riley.
We don't talk about that. I mean, nobody knows who's number 1. No one's played any games yet. So we don't even think about it. We know it's a conference game against a team that's had our number over the last 4 or 5 years. And, we know that we're going to be able to play. We have to play well to be able to beat them in their building.
We talked about the Marian backcourt, but the backcourt is very important for this Riley attack because their leading scorer is senior guard Isaiah Robinson, the 6'1 senior averaging 20 points and 3.5 rebounds per game. Had a career-high 23 on Tuesday night in a win over Jimtown. And they're getting very good play from a freshman off the bench. His name is Marvin Schindler. He's averaging 12 points a game. Very aggressive defender with a pit bull mentality, and he can light it up from beyond the arc. The keys to win for Alex Daniel and the Cats.
Well, the Riley Wildcats need to find good shots, especially against the zone. They have to be patient to do that and not be quick shooting. They got to be persistent rebounding, and again, a three that misses could be really an entry pass for the Riley Wildcats. They got to limit Marion's guards. They got to make other people step up for the Marian Knights. Alex Daniel in his second season trying to fill some big shoes as this team gets ready to play Marian.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not only did we lose Blake, but we lost 7 other seniors with them. So there's a lot of new faces out there, like I said. But defense is what we want to hang our hat on. This group has done a good job. We are a big physical team, and so I think that has taken a toll on teams early. And we know that we have to be good on the defensive end in order to be successful.
The Wildcats have dominated this series over the years, but now they have a chance to knock off the state's #1 ranked team. Will it happen tonight here at Algae Oldham Gymnasium? We're about to find out. Our Jordan Automotive keys to win have been set. Marian and Riley tip it off next on 46. And this edition of the TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you by Intera Credit Union. We get it, and we've got it. And what we have for you on this December night, the Northern Indiana Conference basketball opener between Marian and Riley with the starting lineups. Here's Bob Nagel.
Well, first of all, for the Marian Knights, Declan Sullivan will start at guard. He's a 6'1 junior, wears number 1. Number 10 is Jackson Price, also a guard, 6'2 junior. The top scorer on this team is Richard Brooks. He's a 6'2 senior, wears number 13. He'll also be at a guard. And down low it'll be Darian Thornton. He's a 6'4 junior, wears number 2. And number 5 is Kaleo Kekale. He's a 6'6 senior. For the Riley Wildcats, Demarion Spahn will start at guard. He wears number 4. He's a 6' senior. Number 5 is Jason Johnson, 5'10 junior, will get the start tonight. Isaiah Robinson, their top scorer. Keep an eye on him. He's a 6'1 senior. He wears number 11. James Boyd is one of their big guys, 6'4 senior. He'll wear number 20 and play inside, along with Ajian Williams, who's a 6'5 senior. He'll wear number 23.
So there are the starting lineups, and St. Andrews Products has been good to us over the years with their sponsorship. What do these two schools look like, Bob?
Well, I want to mention, by the way, the Riley Wildcats starting lineup was brought to you by the Riley High School Athletic Department. For tonight's game, St. Andrews Products brings you a check on the uniforms. Riley, the home team, in their white uniforms with blue and gold trim and numbers. Marian Knights in their visiting blue with white numbers and white trim. Team's looking good tonight, and so can your team. St. Andrews Products has the finest apparel as well as promotional products. Reach them at sales@standrewscorp.com.
So we get ready for the 47th meeting between these two schools. You saw the series history. Lewis Brown, Tim Hammond, and John Wright working this game in the stripes tonight. They would like more of you to join in and be IHSAA officials, as our officials are very strapped in terms of filling the calendar. So as Bob said, Marian in the blue, Riley in the white. Not a bad crowd on hand for a December Friday night. We're ready to go from Algae Oldham Gymnasium. The Riley Wildcats come in with a record of 2-0. They've beaten LaPorte 46-40 and Jimtown 66-46. Jason Johnson, now Isaiah Robinson. Inside, ball tipped around and out of bounds, and it will go to Marian. Hold on. Instead, it'll go to the Riley Wildcats. Marian playing its 2-3 zone, which has been a staple of Rob Berger's program over the years. Robinson, the leading scorer on this team, gets it inside. James Boyd with the fadeaway that goes off the neck of the rim and no good. Kakalea with the rebound. Marian on the run, and Declan Sullivan throws it away. First turnover of the night belongs to the Knights. And full court pressure offered here by Marian.
That won't be the only turnover tonight, by the way. The intensity that these teams play defense is remarkable.
That ball was kicked, and so Riley was saved from a bad pass there. And they will inbound over on the far side. Wildcats have had problems shooting the basketball, only hitting 38% from the floor this year. They've been pretty decent beyond the arc, just have not been able to get a lot of stuff to drop on the inside. So here's Jason Johnson missing on the three-pointer, and Richard Brooks gets the carom. Marian 1-0 after a win over Goshen the other night, and Brooks wastes little time putting up a three that's off the mark. Here comes James Boyd, and the Cats want to run. Boyd goes the distance for two. The 6'4" senior scoring 7 points a game. Declan Sullivan with the basketball for Marian. 6'1" junior. I believe it's a rule in the diocese. A Catholic school has to have a Sullivan on the roster.
Or as a pastor at one of the parishes.
Foul called on Damarian Spann. The 6' senior gets his first and the team's first. We talked about Riley's shooting problems. Marian did not shoot the ball well either on Tuesday night, but they managed to pull away from Goshen late and win that game 56-39 in their season opener. We'll see the Red Hawks Tuesday night. Well, you'll see them Wednesday night on 46. Kaleo Kakalea on the outside, had it knocked away, but Boyd is called for the foul. A little too much contact that time.
That was much like the JV game went. Riley got into some early foul situations, but they settled down, won the JV game. Pretty impressive three-point shooting night for the Riley JV.
That's Alex Daniel, the second-year Riley head coach, 21-7. And a sectional champion a year ago. Darian Thornton down low for two. Thornton had 10 points in the win over Goshen on Tuesday. He gets the first two of the night for Marian. Deuces after 2 minutes.
Well executed play there by the Knights.
Boyd down low, goes over Kakalea and hits. James Boyd, an all-NIC football player, is a defensive back because of his ranginess. He used it well on offense that time, too. Brooks goes right around his man and puts it in for two. Richard Brooks really hit the weight room in the offseason, and it shows.
Sure does. You know, partner, we spend a week looking at this game, talking about it. Pre-game comments, we talked about the backcourt, and so far all the points have been scored in the paint.
Brooks had 19 on Tuesday. Inside it's Boyd, but this time he lost the handle, and here comes Marian. Sullivan for three, off the front iron, knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to Riley.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies is a proud supporter of high school sports in Michiana. They know all about teamwork as they provide components for the aerospace industry as well as medical, automotive, military, and defense. IFT is excited about the future and very proud of its past, celebrating over 60 years of excellence. At IFT, quality is a way of life.
Robinson with the left hand, nice dish down low to Williams. Now a long three by Spann rims out. It's Boyd on the putback, and he'll go to the line for two. Right away, one of the concerns for Rob Berger shows up, and that's Riley's aggressiveness on the offensive glass. And James Boyd takes advantage right there as you take a look at Rob Berger in his 24th year as a head coach.
Just a kid.
340 wins in his career. Boyd, a 67% free throw shooter. Missed the first.
Wasn't that long ago I was watching young Rob play for his dad at Riley High School.
That's Zion Rhodes checking into the game now, the 6'3" sophomore. He started in the game Tuesday night. Boyd misses both. A year ago, Riley was a very good foul shooting team, but to be honest, most of those foul shots were taken by Blake Wesley. Kakalea thought about the three and traveled.
Second turnover for the Knights. Riley High School's Computer Science and Engineering Magnet Program has been a leader in South Bend for STEM education for the last 15 years. We offer a wide range of dual credit AP and college level computer science and engineering courses designed to prepare students for careers in STEM and beyond. We connect students with internships, colleges, and jobs that prepare them for careers in their chosen field.
4-4 ball game midway through the first. The pace probably a little more to the liking of Riley, to be honest, than it is for Marian. Cats work the ball around. The shot blocked that time by Thornton, who got back inbounds and saved it to Brooks. Nice play. We'll see if Marian can convert it into points. Sullivan continues the dribble, puts it up short, and the rebound to Robinson. Then he's fouled by Sullivan. That's not a play that's going to endear him to Rob Berger.
Rebounding even. Well, Marian's up 4-3 actually on rebounding early on. Tied at 4.
By the way, our first quarter tonight being sponsored by our friends at Wolverine Mutual Insurance. Marian extending that 2-3 zone. And good defense there to knock the ball out of bounds. A year ago, Riley was 19-7, and they played in the regional championship. Surprising a lot of people in that Michigan City sectional. Johnson has his shot blocked. Marian comes the other way. Sullivan finds the open Brooks, catch and release for 3. It's sponsored by Indiana State Senator Ryan Mishler, and Marian jumps out on top 7-4.
That's really what the Marian offense is designed to do. Get Richard Brooks a clean look, knocked it down.
And he's the kind of player, if you don't have that hand right in his face, that shot is pure. Demarion Spann driving into the lane, draws the contact, and should be going to the line for 2 here. The foul is on Darian Thornton, his first. And so Spann, a 60% foul shooter on the year, goes to the stripe.
Chuck looked for just a second like it was going to be Marian's 3rd block shot in a row. So Rob Berger's got his guys being very aggressive on the shooters inside.
Demarion grew 3 inches in the offseason. Scored a career-high 9 against LaPorte in the opener. Misses the first. And you see Jackson Price, the 6'2 junior, check back into the lineup for the Knights. Spann averaging 8 points a game. Gets his first tonight to cut the deficit to 2. Kakalea to Sullivan. And stolen away by Robinson, but he couldn't control it, so Marian will have the ball.
You know, it seems like when the ball comes into the hands of Sullivan, Chuck, you almost want to add, he's open. Because he thinks he is almost all the time. Good shooter, good scorer for this Marian Knights team.
Rob Berger looking on. Played at Riley for his dad as Kakalea misses, but gets his own rebound. Now Sullivan traveled. Nope, he was fouled on the way up. They'll call a blocking foul. I believe it's going to go on A.J. Williams. And for Williams, that's his first. 3rd on the Cats. You get another look courtesy of R&B Car Company. In the corner for the 3, it's no good by Zion Rhodes, and the smallest man on the court, Marvin Schindler, gets the rebound. Robinson stop and pop from 15, had the shot altered, and it goes out of bounds off Williams. Marian will retain possession. The problem for Riley right now, I believe they've only had maybe 1 uncontested shot in the game.
Marian's done a nice job again. Block 2, nearly got a 3rd one.
Marian has such good length on this team. There's Brooks. Spann right with him. Now Spann on Sullivan. And Brooks has a mismatch, but he couldn't take the young freshman down to the post. Kakalea airballs the shot. Rhodes saves it to Kakalea for 2. What a hustle play by Zion Rhodes to free up the 6'6 senior Kakalea for his first basket of the night.
Marian leading on the board 7-3.
Spann kicks it outside, and that's Schindler for 3 off the back iron. Kakalea the rebound. The Knights want to run. Good transition defense by Riley that time. Rhodes with the charge. He lowered the shoulder, and there wasn't much question about it.
Folks, your proud sponsor, Weaver Consultants Group, located in Granger, Indiana, wants to wish the Marian Knights good luck tonight. Check out Weaver Consultants Group at WCGRP.com. See how they can identify solutions to help you achieve your business needs.
Span in the corner, but again, Marian closing quickly on defense. Nice move by Robinson to take it inside for 2. That's the kind of burst you expect to see from Isaiah Robinson. 2-point game with a minute to go, first quarter.
You said Chuck, he's really worked hard in the weight room. When he was heading down the lane there, not too many people wanted to get in front of him.
6'1", 190, chiseled. Price gives it off to Brooks, deep 3. That won't go, and Boyd with another rebound. He's been a man on the glass tonight. Robinson thought about going by Coastal. Instead, he's fouled by Brooks.
Carl K. Memorials wants to wish the Marian Knights good luck in tonight's game and a great season of basketball. Go Knights from Carl K. Memorials.
Marian will go to his bench and send in number 3, Paxton Sullivan, a 5'10" freshman. He takes the place of Brooks. Marvin Schindler to inbound, so we've got a freshman on the floor for each side right now. And Alex Daniels says, we got a problem here. We got 6 out there.
Well, that's a good defensive idea, don't you think?
He didn't want to get the technical foul, and that was a good idea on his part. Schindler triggers the inbounds, and it goes off the foot of Jamal Robert and out of bounds.
3 turnovers for Riley so far. Marian with 2. Marian leading on the boards, 8-4.
See if the Knights hold for the last shot here. Final 30 seconds of period number 1.
Seems like it's a low-scoring game, but that speaks mostly for the good defense as well.
Stripped away by Demarion Span. He goes ahead to Robert for 2. Jamal Roberts' first basket of the game ties it up at 9. Sullivan races the other way. No good, but tipped up and in by Zion Rhodes. And that'll be enough to give Marian the lead as 1 quarter is in the books at Algie Oldham Gym in South Bend. And the top-ranked Marian Knights have a fight on their hands tonight. Darian Thornton and Marian have a 2-point lead after 1 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Bill's Heating, keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951. Bo Hunt back with us tonight for Bill's Heating Sideline Report. Bo, your thoughts on the first 8 minutes of basketball you've seen this year?
Well, you can tell it's early in the year, that's for sure, for both these teams. I think the biggest thing is just ball movement. There just needs to be a little bit more ball movement out on the floor, and I'm sure both coaches can agree with that. Some of the shot selections, just taking a little bit too quick of the shots, but the defense is definitely playing well. Bob brought up a good point of really being in people's face and having contested shots on both ends of the floor. That's kind of why we have such a low-scoring game so far, guys.
Shooting percentages aren't going to wow anybody either.
No, I'll tell you what, Marian had 12 shots, made 5 of them.
41%.
41%. Well, Riley was 4 of 11 from the field.
36%.
And Riley 0 for 3 from three-point range. Marian made 1 out of 5. Riley was at the line for 4 free throws, only made 1.
We'll see how large that looms as this one goes along. Second quarter brought to us by Wolverine Mutual Insurance. Richard Brooks battling against Span. Kicks it back outside. Sullivan's floater is short. He has had a tough shooting night. Kakalea with a bucket in the bump. Kaleo, the 6'6" senior, gets the rebound bucket. You get another look courtesy of R&B Car Company, and they'll go to the free throw line for a foul shot sponsored by Christensen Furniture.
It's a good shot for Sullivan there, a little teardrop. He's got that, but still got to get loose.
Kaleo tied for the team lead in points tonight with 5. He averages 7 a game. And the margin is 5 at 14-9.
And his uniform number is 5. Oh, my. Yahtzee?
Long three by Span is good. Marian Span was 5 of 12 from three-point range last year. He'd been cold, just 2 of 10 coming into this one, but maybe that'll break him out of it. Back to a 2-point game. Brooks comes around the screen. Good ball fake. Good shot. That's a 2-pointer for Richard Brooks. He now has 7 to lead Marian.
Rob Berger took him out there at the end of the first quarter, make that break a little bit longer, but right back in there where he belongs.
A year ago, Brooks was deadly from 2-point range. He shot 60% inside the arc. Oh, Span thought he was feeling it. Schindler is, but off the mark, and the rebound comes to Price. Sullivan nearly walked. Kakalea spins, finds his man underneath. That's Zion Rhodes for 2. Rhodes, the talented 6'3" sophomore who missed practice on Wednesday, has come back and looked good. 18-12 Marian lead.
Good communication, too, between the two. When Riley doubled on Kakalea, he knew there was going to be somebody open on the baseline.
Jamal Robert loops it across to Robinson. That's their man. Isaiah with 5. Timeout called by Rob Berger and the Knights, and we'll take it as well. 5:52 to go first half. Marian clinging to a 3-point lead after the Isaiah Robinson triple for Riley on 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Wolverine Mutual Insurance, protecting you and your family for generations. See Alex Daniel in the middle of that Riley huddle. I say young man to you and I, Bob. He's a young man. Athletics manager at the Kroc Center, played at Saginaw Valley State and Taylor, and has done a nice job with this Riley basketball program. It is the first time in 5 years that Riley has had a basketball coach come back for a second season.
Well, he had a great start last year, and he's got some real good players on this team this year.
Richard Brooks looking around, cross court to Kakalea. Sullivan with the left hand comes in and got the layup. Deglin finally gets his first basket of the night.
Likes to shoot it.
Who doesn't?
Likes to penetrate. Yeah, but I mean, he can do it all.
Jamal Robert with a good baseline drive, but the wild shot is an air ball. Gets it back outside to Schindler, who hits the 3. Marvin averaging 12 points a game, coming off the bench, gets his first 3 of the night, back to a 2-point game. Brooks finds his shot in the middle of the lane. He's just too big and strong right now for anybody in the Riley backcourt guarding him.
Marian off to a good start here in the second quarter. They've hit 5 of their first 6 shots.
Span fouled on the 3-pointer by Jackson Price. And we'll see if Demarion Span can convert these free throws into points. You'll get another look at it from R&B Car Company.
Folks, you're looking to join an extraordinary team, work hard and have fun, then you might be just the person to join the Chick-fil-A team. If you're looking for a job with competitive wages, complimentary meals, employee discounts, and provided team member uniforms, then stop into South Bend's Chick-fil-A and ask for an application, or go online at chickfil-a.com/South Bend. Chick-fil-A in South Bend looks forward to having you on their team. You can also call them at 968-0351. That's 968-0351, and boy, did they do a job of feeding our crew tonight.
Tell you what, Dean Korsmo highly recommends the spicy chicken sandwich. Demarion Span hits the first 2 at the line in this attempt. He's up to 6 points for the night to lead the Wildcats, only averaging 8 points a game. Real high energy player for Alex Daniels' squad. Chance to cut the Marian lead to 1. Didn't happen. A Meatloaf trip to the free throw line. Kakaliya outside to Brooks. Brooks stop and pop. Won't drop. The rebound to Thornton. He'll go up strong, too hard. And the rebound to Kakaliya. Marian doing a great job on the glass. Thornton open for three. Darian Thornton was just 2 out of 12 from three-point range last year, but when we watched him in practice the other day, Bob, he couldn't miss from beyond the arc.
He was very impressive. 3 more rebounds there for the Marian Knights.
Robinson short on that three-pointer. It's an air ball. He'll hear about it from the Marian students who've made the trip over. Sullivan fade away off the front of the iron. And here comes Jamal Robert and Riley. Spann with a tricky dribble, takes it in and draws contact. And he'll go to the line for 2 more as they call the foul on Zion Rhodes, his second. You get another look and you can make the call off the R&B Car Company replay.
Rhodes with 4 points here in the first half. He's liable to get to sit for a while here with over 3 minutes to go.
Spann, 3 out of 5, now 4 out of 6 at the line tonight.
Riley High School was honored with the PLTW Distinguished School Recognition for the 2019-2020 school year. The PLTW Recognition Program is designed to honor districts and schools committed to increasing student access, engagement, and achievement in their PLTW programs. These districts and schools are empowering students to thrive in an evolving world and have achieved exemplary results from their PLTW programs.
So after Spann hit both free throws, there's a foul called on Riley. This one's going to go on Jason Johnson. That's his first. And I believe that is the 5th foul on the Cats. Here comes Paxton Sullivan across the line for Marian. Brooks with a good head and shoulder fake. And that freed Thornton for 3. Not this time, but another big rebound by Rhodes. Couldn't get it to go. And Alex Daniel calls a timeout. His player, Jamal Robert, might have caught an elbow in the head. 3:08 to go first half. Riley with the ball, trailing by 3. We'll check on Robert's status when we come back. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the Indiana High School Athletic Association, partnering with TV 46 for over 30 years.
The COVID-19 pandemic has changed many things in our world, but not the love, dedication, and commitment that the Marian High School faculty and staff have for providing a Catholic education. Marian students learn with humility, serve with compassion, and lead with integrity in the classroom, on the athletic fields, and in the community. Learn more about becoming a Knight by visiting the website at marianhighschool.org. That's marianhs.org for more information, and they say go Knights.
Jamal Robert looks a little bit worse for wear, so he's going to come out of the game for the time being. Caleb Francis is in the lineup for the first time tonight for Riley. And Rob Berger looking for his defense to get the hand in the face of shooters as Riley starts to warm up from three-point range here, trailing just 25-22.
They've hit 3 out of 5 from three-point range here in the second quarter.
Robinson tried to turn the corner. Now going in strong is Johnson, but he can't hit the shot. Rhodes another rebound. The sophomore's done a good job on the glass tonight.
15-6, Marian leading on the boards.
Thornton danced on the rim but wouldn't drop, and the rebound comes down to A.J. Williams.
We've seen that shot before, haven't we?
Robinson kicks it outside. Johnson head and shoulder fake, and that's one will go. We're all knotted up at 25. Jason Johnson's first 3 points of the night. Schindler called for the foul. That'll be the 6th on Riley. He doesn't have Marian shooting just yet.
Yeah, the Wildcats have done a nice job. Nobody with more than 1 foul. Marian has Zion Rhodes with 2.
Riley has also been very balanced on offense tonight. They have 6 people in the scoring column already here in the first half. Kakalia will try the 3 and hit. It's sponsored by the Indiana State Senator Ryan Mishler. And Kaleo Kakalia with 8 points tonight. You'll meet him at halftime, one of our TCU Student Athletes of the Week. Schindler, deep 3. Off the back iron, Robinson, big rebound for Riley. He was thwarted and traveled. And let's see who goes to the bench here. Alex Daniel pleading a case for a foul that time. Buzzer keeps ringing over there on the scorer's table.
That's his wife calling. Wants to pick up some milk and bread on the way home.
The scorer apparently asking if that was a held ball or not. It is not a held ball. A travel was called.
Right. Turnover number 5 for Riley. Marian guilty of 4. Christensen Furniture is a local family-owned business serving Michiana since 1912. If you're looking for the perfect furniture for your home, Christensen's Furniture has everything you need for bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, home office, home theater, and much more. Christensen's Furniture, where affordability meets style.
Brooks missed a 3, but Kakalia another offensive rebound. Sullivan short on his shot. And here's Williams corralling it for the Cats. But then they throw it away. An untimely Riley turnover. Spann checks back in for the Cats to take the place of Marvin Schindler.
6th turnover of the night for the Wildcats.
Good news here, Jamal Roderick coming back into the game, so apparently the noggin's okay. And he takes the place of Jason Johnson.
Polk State Senator Ryan Mishler is a proud supporter of Marian Athletics, wants to wish the Knights good luck in tonight's game. Go Knights from Senator Ryan Mishler.
Brooks went behind the back and was able to draw the foul from Demarion Spann. That's the second on Spann. Oh no, they called a hooking foul on Richard Brooks.
And that is his second.
Let's just double check to make sure it was on Brooks and not somebody else, but I think they might have called it on Darian Thornton. That would be his second.
I think they did, partner, and he's going to the bench.
And actually, that Bo Hunt saying that's Thornton's third. We'll double check that at the half. In the meantime, Riley acting as though they'll hold for 1.
Our sincere thanks to the wonderful team at St. Andrews Products for supplying our broadcast crew with the finest in apparel. They can do the same for your team, school, or business. Promotional products, advertising specialties, business gifts, and so much more. Call them at 800-628-9922 or visit sales@standrewscorp.com. If you have questions, our answer is always yes.
Robinson Spann playing catch on the perimeter, trying to drain the clock for one last shot for the Cats. They've scrapped tooth and nail with the top-ranked team in 3A here in the first half. Robinson, will he be the one to take the last shot? See that clock, bottom right corner. Robinson fadeaway 3, it's good. Isaiah with 8, we're knotted at 28 as we go to the intermission. And as you get another look from R&B Car Company, Alex Daniel not happy at all about the scoreboard not showing the right score. Now it does, and now he's ready to talk with Bo Hunt.
Alex, you guys go into halftime tied against a very tough Marian team. Your defense has just been spectacular this first half. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think we got to keep doing a good job on 1 and 13, make other guys make plays that they're not comfortable in making. When we did that and we boxed out and rebounded, All right, we were pretty successful, but when you help out one other guys, that allows them the alley to get to the basket. So we got to do a good job of getting back on those 6'5", 6'6" guys, blocking them out and securing the rebound.
Alex, thanks for your time.
Yep, no problem.
Back to you guys.
All right, it was a three-point barrage in that second quarter. Darian Thornton hit a big one for Marian, but Riley had answers, including one from Jason Johnson, all knotted up at 28. TCU student athletes next on the Mary's Match halftime report on 46.
And welcome back to LG Oldham Gymnasium here at Riley High School. We have a chance to meet our student athletes of the week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com. Find out how you can become a member today. A couple of outstanding representatives from their respective schools. Isaiah Robinson is with us from Riley High School, and from Marian High School, Kaleo Kakalea. And Kaleo, first of all, you're a veteran. You've been around here for a while, but nice for you to be singled out for this award, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You're getting it done in the classroom as well as on the court. Talk about the discipline it takes to handle that assignment.
You know, I always put books first, my academics first, and I like to get all that stuff done before my sports or doing anything like working out like that.
What are your plans for the next step?
Next step, either going to go to college for basketball or just study. I'm planning on studying entrepreneurial business.
Wow, that's not a bad idea. You got a little bit of that going on in the family, don't you?
Yeah. My mom's owns her own store for shoes.
Done an outstanding job there, and give a shout out to those people that have mattered in your life and helped you along.
My parents, definitely, my siblings, my whole family, Coach Berger, my travel coaches, and Marian High School too.
All right, I think you got everybody in there.
Yeah.
Good time to do that around Christmas.
Definitely.
Congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
All right, best wishes down the road. And Isaiah Robinson is with us from Riley High School. Isaiah, congratulations on you being singled out as well. You've had quite a journey to get to this point of your senior year at Riley High School. You've done it well in the classroom and on the court.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Talk about what you're involved with at Riley High School.
For Riley High School, I'm like in the National Honor Society, National Technical Honor Society. I really try to expand myself with like different clubs and different stuff, just get to know people and expand our school as well.
And you're involved in basketball, of course. What else keeps you busy?
Just hanging with my family usually. It's literally basketball. I'm at home with my family. So, and I'm actually playing baseball this year as well. Didn't get to play last year, but hopefully I'm playing this year.
That'd be great. Talk about what you want to do at college, and have you picked a place yet?
I have not picked a place, but I plan on either playing basketball in college or going just to study. And I wanted to study physical therapy or sports broadcasting. So, yeah.
That'd be great. Congratulations on all you've done already, and I know you've got a lot of great people behind you. Give them a shout.
Yeah, I just want to shout out my parents, my godparents, and I call my bonus parents too, just like my little sister. Just everybody that is always here for me, Mr. Henderson, Mr. Gavin, my coaches. Just want to thank all those people for everything they do for me.
Well, I'll tell you what, congratulations on what you've done already. Wish you all the best in the future.
Yep, thank you.
Isaiah Robinson from Riley High School, Kaleo Kakalea from Marian High School, our Student Athletes of the Week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com. Find out how you can become a member today. We're back with halftime stats and highlights in just a moment. You're watching the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week.
This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Crown Trophy. They're nationally known and locally owned. Halftime here at LG Oldham Gymnasium. All knotted up at 28 as we join you here on the Mary's Match Be the Match halftime report. Chuck and Bob high above the fray. It hasn't been artistic, but it's been very competitive.
Very competitive. I think when you look at advantages for Marian, the rebounding has been unbelievable, especially on the offensive end. Had a lot of putbacks with Kakalea and Thornton. For the Riley Wildcats, they've been to the free throw line. They made 6 out of 10. Marian's just been there once. That's been a little bit of a factor. And then Riley got hot in the 3 points in the second quarter. So you put all the things together, all the stats together, throw them in a mixer and come out, and it's tied at 28.
Let's show you how it got to be this way inside the South Side tonight. as Riley got things started off with James Boyd hitting shots, but then Richard Brooks with a three-pointer here, and it was pure. Riley grabbed the early lead. Back comes Riley. Demarion Spann with a nice three-pointer, but Brooks continued to be hot as Marian got back in front of this one as he stopped and dropped from 15. Isaiah Robinson, nice three-pointer here. He had 8 points in the first half. And he had some help outside. Marvin Schindler, the freshman, with a big three-pointer there. Marian could hit threes too. Darian Thornton puts one home right there. And it wound up kind of being a back and forth of three-pointers in that second quarter. Jason Johnson would hit one for Riley. Kaleo Kakalia one for Marian. And then when Isaiah Robinson drained the three at the end of the first half, it set us up to be tied at 28. And a look at the halftime stats shows what you were talking about a moment ago.
Yeah, you look at the rebounding number that favors Marian, and you look at the free throws that favor Riley. They only made 60%, but made 5 more than Marian did. So they're a little more aggressive maybe in the paint, although you got to give credit to the big guys from Marian. Really made a difference. I would expect second half we're going to see more from Diglin Sullivan.
Riley has owned the series in recent years, but tonight they have a chance to beat the #1 team in Class 3A, the Marian Knights. We're all tied up at 28 at the intermission. This has been the Mary's Match Be the Match halftime report. More action comes your way from the second half on the south side after this on 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technologies, IFT, where quality is a way of life. Chuck Freeby, Bob Nagel, the third member of our crew. Courtside, Bo Hunt with the Bills Heating Sideline Report. Bo, what Rob Berger have to say coming out of the locker room?
Yeah, I got a chance to talk to Rob and just ask him about his adjustments for the second half, and he said we need to be patient on offense. He goes, we're taking too quick of a shot. We need to move the ball better. He said defensively, we have to find the open man. We got to make sure that we're switching better on our zone defense and finding that open man and getting a hand in his face, guys.
Has not been easy for Rob Berger to come back and coach against his alma mater. He's only 11-17 against the Wildcats in his coaching career. That's not necessarily an indictment on Rob, as it is to the quality of basketball that's been played here at Riley over the last 30 years.
Well, you know, half those games had to be here at Riley, and that's always a tough place to play anyway. But I like what he said about getting a little bit better defensively, getting out on the shooters and know where they are. This is, you know, both these teams are, it's early in the season, obviously. You had to plug in new pieces to see how, and it takes a while for them to get up to speed and the communication, know where they're supposed to be. But we had a very entertaining first half. Here to call the second half, my partner, Chuck Freeby.
To follow up on your point, in the first quarter, Marian did a really good job of getting the hand up in the face of shooters. They didn't do that in the second quarter, and Riley started to get hot from beyond the arc. We'll see how the third quarter unravels as it's brought to us by our friends at Wolverine Mutual Insurance. Nice move by Jason Johnson, but the left-hand layup is awry, and the rebound to A.J. Williams.
Good start of the boards for Riley.
Now Demarion Spann goes around Kakalia and finds Johnson open for three, but that's off the mark as well. Thornton a rebound from Marian. Diglin Sullivan had a really rough first half. He'll find Brooks. A lot of dribbling for Marian tonight, not much ball movement. Finally, they get it over to Kakalia, but he misses the three. Here's Robinson racing everybody up the floor. Isaiah with the right hand missed the layup. A lot of bodies hit the floor, no foul call. Now Sullivan, a hesitation dribble, goes in and draws the contact. A foul called on Jason Johnson, and you'll see how dangerous it is to be Josh Kellogg on the floor cam. Can you stay in there and take the contact? Mr. Kellogg decided discretion was the better part of valor, and I can't blame him.
Hazard pay down there behind the basket.
Free throw sponsored by Christensen Furniture. Diglin Sullivan was a 72% foul shooter a year ago. He hits the first. Had 19 games in double figures last season, but only 3 points here so far tonight. He makes both of those, however, to put Marian back in front, 30-28.
A younger Declan Sullivan might have been a little more impatient at this point of the game with just 4 points, but he's matured very nicely into a good playmaker, leading assist man on the team.
Riley will have Span chuck it up and in, and the Cats have the lead for the first time since the first quarter at 31-30. Span with 11 tonight. Kakalea. Now Sullivan. A little three-man weave on the outside, trying to find some openings. None to be had. The ball off Sullivan's hands, and he retrieves it. Good defense here by Riley. Brooks, tricky dribble. Sullivan behind the back. Finally, they found Thornton inside for two.
Talk about patience.
But at the other end, block shot by Sullivan. Thornton dives on the floor and gets the loose ball. Here's Kakalea for three. The iron unkind, and we've got a violation underneath as the ball hit that strap, the support strap above the backboard.
Marian High School students have many opportunities during their 4 years to take dual credit classes, those that count for both high school and college credit. Class of 2020 earned over 4,300 credits during their 4 years, and 95 students in that class received 15 credits or more. That's at least one college semester's worth of credits. The best part is that the dual credit classes are offered with no additional cost to families. We invite you to learn more about your dual credit program by visiting our website at marianhs.org and discover the advantages of being a Knight.
Boyd missed the shot inside. Marian with another defensive rebound. Knights have been very good on the glass throughout the night.
21-8 advantage.
Sullivan with the crossover dribble, kicked it back outside to Thornton, and he got out of control and traveled.
8 turnovers against the Knights.
And Rob Berger telling his team, you got to settle down. That expression pretty much tells the story of how Rob Berger feels about his team's play tonight. And yet they still lead by 1.
That last three-pointer by Span, when he got the ball and squared up to shoot it, the defense didn't come out on to him until he had released it.
Robinson was short on the layup. Kakalea called for the push-off. Second time tonight, James Boyd has been able to draw an offensive foul. You get another look from R&B Car Company, and the elbow going right up under the chin of Boyd. James says, I didn't take this much contact during football season.
Fouls on Kakalea?
Yes, his first.
Ooh.
And now we've got a push-off foul and a hooking foul called on Boyd underneath. So the battle ensues underneath, but the defensive pressure by Alex Daniels' squad is key in this game. Keep an eye at the end of the game who's at 55, because Riley has won its last 25 games when it holds opponents to 55 or less. Marian has won its last 33 when it scores 55 or more. Right now it'd be advantage Riley.
It's a speed limit in the gym tonight.
Kakalea trying to hit the accelerator and does with a three-pointer sponsored by Indiana State Senator Ryan Mishler. Kakalea with 11 tonight. He only had 3 games in double figures a year ago. They were hoping they could get some more offense out of him this season.
Seems so confident with that three-point shot tonight.
Boyd, they tried to draw a charge there, but Boyd missed the shot anyway.
Like there might have been a couple there.
Alex Daniels screaming for a foul. Instead, the foul's going to be called on Riley as Kakalea went flying to the rim.
Folks, TCU is a better banking experience for you where you'll get the greatest technology and you're never too far from a friendly face. Discover the TCU advantage. Become a member today at tcunet.com. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Free throw sponsored by Christensen Furniture. Kaleo Kakalea was a 75% foul shooter a year ago. He has 12 points tonight. His season high last year was 13 in a game against North Judson.
He had a terrific game against Penn last year as well.
And Kakalea hits them both.
Steady scorer on the board in every quarter.
Zion Rhodes back in, Darian Thornton out. Marian has built the lead back up to 6 with a 7-0 run.
Notice that the Marian Knights are going only about 7, maybe 8 deep. Rob Berger said that's the way it's going to be until people earn more playing time.
Well, and it's really always been that way with Rob. He says he doesn't intentionally pattern himself after Mike Bray, but that is one thing they have in common. Boyd to Robinson. Isaiah back outside. Boyd for 3. Not that time. Look at Williams get the offensive rebound and draw the foul from Kaleo Kakalea. A.J. Williams will go to the line where he's a 70% free throw shooter. You get another look from R&B Car Company. Just a quick reaction that time by Williams to get the carom.
That's one of the things we talked about in the pregame. The 3-point shots for Riley could wind up being entry passes. And that time, good opportunity. Didn't get the basket, but got some free throws.
6'5" senior bounces his first point home for the night. Must be fluorescent night for the Riley student section. And only about half of them got the memo. Williams, a high jumper on the track team. Couldn't get that one to drop, so 1 of 2. 5-point game, 2:35 to go, third quarter.
Appears that some of the fans did get the message about the Christmas sweaters tonight.
Well, at least the administration here at Riley. Great pass underneath from Rhodes to Sullivan. Sullivan now with 6, but Zion Rhodes has had a couple really nice assists tonight. Going in strong, Jamal Robert had the shot altered. Kakalea comes the other way. You got your 6'6" guy working as a point guard. Rhodes kicks it outside, and the 3 missed by Price. Kakalea the rebound, and he's got a career-high 15, and Alex Daniel wants a timeout. He is not happy with the officiating, and Alex wants to talk it over with one of the officials. You get another look from R&B Car Company. The 3-pointer missed by Jackson Price, but nobody put a body on Brooks. He kept it alive for Kakalea.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies continues to be the industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. Our 3 Indiana locations are involved with supplying processed components for aerospace giants, including the latest developments for Boeing and SpaceX. At IFG, we're like the teams in this game tonight, working toward a great finish.
Alex Daniel, one of 5 Riley coaches who won his sectional in his first season with the Wildcats. Eric Brand did it 3 years before he did. Mark Johnson won a sectional in his first year at Riley. And then you go back to some of your contemporaries, Bob, like Charles Stewart in 1952,
well, yeah.
and Boyd Owens in 1936.
That was a shot, I think.
Maybe.
But, yeah, they've been phenomenal success early on. And I just like the way both teams are playing tonight. And obviously Riley has fallen behind a little bit as they've gotten the third quarter underway with some cold shooting. But they've closed the rebounding gap a little bit. Marian still leads at 25-15.
Well, it was a rebound bucket just then that hurt the Wildcats and dropped them to this 9-point deficit. In fact, this is the biggest lead of the ball game. Part of an 11-1 Marian run here in the third. Marvin Schindler brings it back outside for Riley. Span goes into the paint and drew all kinds of contact from Declan Sullivan, his second.
About to say, Chuck, that the Wildcats did get to the line more than Marian in the first half, and maybe they just need to stay aggressive enough if they don't get the basket to draw the foul. Nobody in foul trouble for either team.
Here's Robinson. The mid-range jumper is off the mark. Robinson, bucket in the bump. Isaiah Robinson now in double figures with 10. You get another look courtesy of R&B Car Company. Nobody put a body on him to box him out. And then Kakalea with the foul, his third.
Folks, your proud sponsor, Weaver Consultants Group, located in Granger, Indiana, wants to wish the Marian Knights good luck tonight. Check out Weaver Consultants Group at WCGRP.com to see how they can identify solutions to help you achieve your business needs.
Cats have not done themselves any favors at the foul line tonight as he missed the old-fashioned three-point play. The sixth missed free throw of the night for Riley. Ball tipped away, but Kakalea got it back and was fouled by A.J. Williams. I believe that'll be his third.
Didn't seem like foul trouble was going to be an issue early in the ball game, but they're starting to mount up.
And a substitution now for Riley as James Boyd enters the lineup to take the place of Williams. Riley with just 6 points in the quarter so far. And they've had shots. They just have not been able to get them to drop. Alex Daniels says that's been a problem for his team throughout the year. The shot selection has been pretty good. He's hoping that will come along as the season continues. They've got a big game with Merrillville here tomorrow night at Algie Oldham. Brooks shot that one on the way down instead of the apex of his leap, and it showed. Span, a lot of contact, no call. Sullivan all the way, 4-2. Deglin now with 8. Riley looks like it wants to hold for the last shot despite trailing by 9.
Normally not a bad idea, but boy, trailing by 9 in a low-scoring game.
Gonna have to find some points from someone. Robinson hit a big three at the end of the second quarter. Can he do it again here at the end of the third? Tried to put the brakes on, went behind the back. Brooks stripped him of the ball. Three-quarter court heave, no good. And that's the way the third quarter will end. A third quarter that was dominated somewhat by Kaleo Kakalea. He hit a pair of threes in the stanza. He has 15 for the game. And Marian leads Riley 43-34 after 3 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you in part by St. Andrews Products, providing quality apparel to the PGA and the 46 sports since 1989. Time now for a Bills Heating Sideline Report. Chuck and Bob high above the fray, but down courtside it's Bo Hunt. Your thoughts on the third quarter and the development this year of Kaleo Kakalea?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is with that outside game, and you brought it up with those three-pointers. He just looks so much more comfortable out there with the ability to shoot that three. He just catch and release. Before, in the past few years, it's been more of a catch it, I'm not sure if I'm going to shoot it or not, and then they let it go. You got to have the confidence when you're shooting that three-pointer to just catch it, release. If you don't make it, you don't make it. Come back to the next one. Just a great job of improvement by Kakalea on those threes, guys.
Bo, how much of that is experience, the fact that he's a senior now?
Every year you just develop that a little bit more confidence, a little bit more confidence. It just comes with the experience of playing, and a lot of these guys with the travel ball now, they get a lot more playing during the summers than they normally would in the past.
And guess who Pogo sticked on the rebound there to go to the line to shoot free throws, sponsored by Christensen Furniture.
Kakalea has been busy. Folks, Carl K. Memorials wants to wish the Marian Knights good luck in tonight's game and a great season of basketball. Go Knights. From your friends at Carl K. Memorials.
Kaleo 3 of 3 at the line tonight. Has a new career high. Trying to add to it. 16 points now for Kakalea. And by the way, even though Marian has not been to the stripe nearly as much as Riley tonight, Well, should I say it?
6 out of 6.
Okay, you did. I didn't.
7 of 7. Riley from the line now. 7 of 13.
Big difference in this game with the Cats trailing by 11, running a 3-man weave up top. Robinson lost it out of bounds.
Turnover number 10. It's the Wildcats.
Jason Johnson comes back in. There are a number of seniors on this Riley roster, but to be honest, outside of Robinson, most of them have not played a lot during crunch time. And here now you're playing the #1 team in Class 3A, trailing by 11. We'll see what kind of poise that group has. In the meantime, Jackson Price hits his first 3-pointer of the night. It's sponsored by Indiana State Senator Ryan Mishler. And Price has now hit 3 3-pointers this season.
Chuck, as Alex Daniels said, we lost a great player in Wesley and 7 seniors to go with him. There's some holes to fill, and they're working on it.
Let me correct myself. Price hit a couple of 3-pointers last year in limited time as a sophomore. That's his first of this season. Robinson, great cut by Boyd, but he missed the layup. Sullivan comes the other way.
Marion's effort on the board continues to limit Riley to a one and done.
The other thing that's been apparent for Marian tonight is they really do have 3 scoring weapons with Brooks, Sullivan, and Kakalea. Riley's done a very good job as Brooks will go to the line here. But Brooks is not in double figures. Sullivan's not in double figures. It's Kakalea who's really saved the bacon for Marian tonight.
Well, and he's a guy that Rob Berger is leaning on. You'd like to see this kind of a performance every night, because think of how much more effective that's going to make the guard play.
Brooks going to the line for free throws, sponsored by Christensen Furniture. And just to elaborate on the point, lots of times a team looks at individual matchups, especially in basketball, and they'll say, okay, we think we can maybe have one guy that matches up with Brooks. We think we might have another guy that matches up with Sullivan. And then you get to that third guy, it's like, oh, we got a problem here.
Yeah, it did.
Brooks misses a free throw, but another offensive rebound for Marian, and that's been a big difference in this game as well. Kakalea missed that one. Rebound put up, no good by Thornton. Brooks stepped on the end line. Oh no, he did not step on the end line. What's the call here? A timeout was called by Marian as Brooks grabbed the ball. 6:05 to go in the ball game. And Marian leading at 49-34 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the Jordan Automotive Group. It's simple, easy, stress-free. Chuck Freeby, Bob Nigel, Bo Hunt back with you from Algie Oldham Gym, where Riley came into this one 2-0, hoping to knock off Marian. They played them tough for about 2.5 quarters, but the Knights have pulled away to a 15-point lead here in the fourth.
Well, we've got plenty of time. 6:15 on the board to the Raleigh Wildcats back in it, but Marian looking like a #1 team, taking on a 4A school in Riley and finding some new heroes, and that's going to happen as the season goes along.
Sullivan handling it up top. Kakalea showing his skills as a 6'6" forward, handling it up top. There's Price again in three-point land, and the Price is right. An 18-point Marian lead. At one point, Riley led this game 31-30.
So far in the ball game, Riley 5 out of 13 from three-point range. It's not a bad percentage. They should keep shooting it.
Span short on the three. The Cats have only hit 2 field goals in the second half. They've not been able to get anything going with the transition game tonight. Brooks is called for the offensive foul here. You'll get another look from R&B Car Company.
Marion's had 5 shots in the fourth quarter. Riley just 2. Riley with 11 turnovers in the ball game.
One thing Riley has done well tonight is draw offensive fouls. That's the 3rd time.
Folks, you're looking to join an extraordinary team, work hard and have fun, then you might be the person to join the Chick-fil-A team. If you're looking for a job with competitive wages, complimentary meals, employee discounts, and provided team member uniforms, then stop into South Bend's Chick-fil-A and ask for an application or go online at chickfil-a.com/South Bend. Chick-fil-A in South Bend looks forward to having you on their team. You can call them at 574-968-0351. That's 968-0351.
Sullivan with a steal and score. Deglin now with 10. He had 18 on Tuesday night. And Marian appears to be ready to get to that 55 mark that we talked about.
Didn't look like it early, did it, partner?
No, it did not. Robinson, oh my.
Highlight reel.
Well, you got to have something to smile about if you're Riley in a game like this, and maybe this shot for Isaiah Robinson will do that. The up and under over Darian Thornton, and the bank was open on the south side on a Friday night.
Foul number 4. Yep. On Thornton.
I don't know if Drew Holiday and Kyrie Irving can do that, but those are the guys that Isaiah likes in the NBA guys. They're both Duke guys. He misses the free throw. Ball knocked away, and we've got a whistle from behind. And was a timeout called by Marian? Oh, I think Alex Daniel may spontaneously combust. We'll take it as well. 4:10 to go in the game. 54-36 in favor of the Knights on 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you by TCU. Empowering members for 90 years. They're federally insured by the NCUA. Riley Band getting down with it here on the south side, but it's been a sour note for the Cats here in the second half as they trail Marian by a count of 54-36.
State Senator Ryan Mishler is a proud supporter of Marian Athletics and wants to wish the Knights good luck in tonight's game and all season long. Go Knights from State Senator Ryan Mishler.
Marian gets it over the timeline with Sullivan. And patience will be a virtue for Rob Berger's team now. I don't think he cares if they take another field goal shot the rest of the night, but Sullivan took it into the trees, and I believe he drew a blocking foul here against Riley. That'll send Deglin to the line. I think they called the foul on Marvin Schindler, his second. Deglin, a 72% foul shooter on the season last year.
I'm not going to say it, partner.
Well, they've missed one, so it's all right. You can say whatever you want. Missed the front end of the 1-and-1.
That's right. The last one by Brooks was off.
Schindler with a big 3. Marvin now with 6 tonight. Full court pressure applied by the Cats. Sullivan to Price. Riley going to go man-to-man here. And Marian will spread it out. And I think a sideline warning or a technical foul, which has been called on Alex Daniel.
I don't know that we saw the T formation from the referee. I think he just wanted to get Alex to understand that that's about it.
Yeah. He has been vocal here in the second half. Sullivan throws it away. Johnson dribbles into the lane, and timeout called by Riley. We'll keep it here with 3:11 to go in the game.
About 4 of the quickest timeouts I've ever heard called. Folks, Christensen's Furniture is a local family-owned business serving Michiana since 1912. If you're looking for the perfect furniture for your home, Christensen's Furniture has everything you need, from bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, home office, home theater, and much more. Great place to shop for your Christmas wish list. Christensen's Furniture, where affordability meets style.
Reminder, we're starting to do midweek games on TV 46 this year, and we will be at Northside Gym early next week for Goshen and Elkhart. You can watch it on the live stream on Tuesday night on Facebook and YouTube, and then catch it on TV 46 Wednesday night at 9 and Thursday afternoon at 2. The Red Hawks and the Lions in the good old-fashioned Elkhart County rivalry on 46.
Nothing better than a good chocolate chip cookie, is there, partner?
I believe Mrs. Sears will take care of that. Elkhart had a tough one scheduled with John Glenn tonight. The Falcons have had their way against, well, used to be the Blue Blazers and then the Lions in recent times. Robinson looking to pull the trigger. James Boyd inside. Now outside, Schindler's 3 rattles out, and Kakalea gets the rebound.
Man, the Knights have been tough on the boards. That's 30 rebounds tonight.
Kaleo into the paint, rocked the baby, but couldn't get the shot to drop. Sullivan will be there for the putback. Deglin now with 12, and Riley has put it over 55. Battle for the loose ball, and they're going to call Schindler for the holding foul or Kakalea. Fouls on Kakalea for the hold, and it's 1-1 for Marvin Schindler.
Kakalea has done a great job tonight for Marian. Has not scored in the fourth quarter.
Hasn't needed to. He has
No.
17 points, a career high, and perhaps an interview with Bo Hunt in about 2 minutes and 32 seconds.
Pretty busy night for Kaleo. Our student athlete of the week from Marian High School.
Well, that was good practice for talking to Bo.
That's right.
As Schindler hits the first, Marvin with 7 tonight. He's been averaging 12 a game. Also a pretty good baseball player for Vince D'Addario's squad, or at least he plans to be here at Riley. Very much a pit bull mentality out there on the floor. And somebody for Alex Daniel to build around in the future of this program. Darian Thornton down the lane for 2. Thornton hit some big buckets in the first half. He has 9 tonight. Robinson with the left hand. Couldn't get the layup to drop. Kakalea on the outlet to Brooks. Richard for 2. He has 12, and it may get a little more up-tempo here as Robinson answers with the deuce, and a timeout called by Alex Daniel with exactly 2 minutes left.
St. Andrews Products is celebrating over 30 years of serving corporations, high school, and colleges, as well as the PGA Tour. We're proud to support the new American Dunes Golf Course in Grand Haven, Michigan, providing resources for the Folds of Honor mission and providing scholarships to veterans and their families. Let us help your cause. Reach us at sales@standrewscorp.com. Great place to shop for Christmas items for you and your staff. It's where your expectations become our standards.
Reminder, we've got Big Ten basketball on the radio Saturday at noon on Pulse FM as the Indiana Hoosiers, who are off to a great start under Mike Woodson despite that double overtime loss to Syracuse the other night, take on Nebraska. It will be the first time that you've had 2 players from the NBA who are also coaches in the NBA. And then Big Ten coaches go against each other. Fred Hoiberg of Nebraska, Mike Woodson of Indiana. Saturday at noon on 103.1 FM.
Man, college basketball season's been fantastic. How about those Purdue Boilermakers, which you could also hear on our stations?
They were playing Iowa on Friday night. If you're watching the live stream, we Remind you, that game's on 103.1 at 9. If you're watching it now, well, I'm sure it was great.
Iowa's got a good ball club, Fran McCaffrey.
Here it's 60-43, Marian on top of Riley. The final 2 minutes of this one will feature full court pressure from the Cats. Thornton airballed the 3.
That was the pass.
Well, he got it back and puts it up and in for 2, and Darien in double figures now with 11. 4 Marian Knights in double figures tonight. Rob Berger does have to like that kind of balance. Schindler pops the 3 in, Marvin with 11. Riley has 3 players in double figures now tonight. And a steal by Robinson, and he's fouled by Brooks.
I like the fact that Schindler, just a freshman, is not hesitating to shoot. If he's open, he's taking a rip.
You get another look from R&B Car Company at the steal by Robinson, and then the grazing there by Brooks, but it was enough to merit the foul call.
Brooks' 4th foul, but not sure they got to take him out of the game with only 1:15 left to go. What a week it's been for us, partner. We had a great start. Contest between Concord and St. Joseph. See the #1 team in the state, the Marian Knights, against a very talented young group of Riley Wildcats.
Isaiah Robinson misses the free throw, and Alex Daniel will go to the bench. He'll put in some guys who have not played yet tonight. Peyton Baird, Malik Richardson going in, and Jalen Barbara may get his first playing time with the Riley varsity here if Robinson hits the free throw. And he did. So Robinson departs with 15. The freshman Barbara, 5 feet 8 inches tall, checks in. He was somebody that Alex Daniel thought maybe early on could be a big part of their rotation, but he's been hampered by a groin problem. And here's a foul called against Jason Johnson that'll send Brooks to the stripe. Free throw sponsored by Christensen Furniture.
Heading over to Land of Goshen next week. That'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll be at Northside Gym actually for the game, but we will see the folks from the Land of Goshen taking on Elkhart. Marian, of course, beat that Goshen team 56-39 on Tuesday night, but Goshen has a solid squad. Marian takes on Fort Wayne Bishop Lures Saturday night in the Summit City as Brooks misses the free throw. And another miss there, gets the ball back in the hands of the Knights. Sullivan dribbling on the outside. Now takes it in for the scoop shot. Deglin with 14. After a really rough start in this game, his scoring numbers will be right around his normal output.
Yeah, you know he's going to get his.
Johnson down the lane got hacked in the act. And Jason Johnson will go to the charity stripe. But take another look at the Sullivan layup at the other end. And that's one of the things he does very well is the body control once he gets up in the air.
Reminds me of Dean Corsmo back in his days in the state of Washington.
In what way? That he's diminutive?
You know, he used to watch those kind of shots.
Okay. Johnson hits the free throw, and he has 6. 14-point Marian lead. Kakalea behind the back for Zion Rhodes. That was pretty. And a timeout called by Marian as I believe Rob Berger wants to empty his bench. Smiles all around for the Knights. And you'll get another look from R&B Car Company. Kakalea with a beautiful dish there. He didn't really need to, but being unselfish and helping the sophomore build some confidence.
Rhodes with a half dozen points tonight. The Knights have had scoring from 6 players. Riley has as well.
Just more productivity really from the front line for Marian. That's kind of been the difference tonight. The rebounding and the fact that they got 28 points out of their front court players, Kakalea and Thornton.
Well, Alex Daniels got to be pretty happy with the defensive effort out front. The backcourt. These guys did a pretty good job of getting down to Sullivan, especially early.
Downstairs for a Bills Heating sideline report, Bo Hunt, what impressed you the most about Marian tonight?
I think the biggest thing was their adjustments the second half. It seemed like they really calmed down and really started to relax a little bit more in that second half. A little bit more confidence with their shooting, and like we talked earlier, I mean, this is early in the season for both these teams, and Riley, on their hand, they don't have a lot of guys with varsity experience, and I think that's one of the biggest things with them is they need a few games to get on their belt as well. Or Marian, they got a lot of experienced guys out there, and it shows that they really came out the second half and focused and got down to business.
Really good point, Bo, because I do think that was a huge difference in this one in the second half. Schindler dribbling around outside. Schindler launches the three and hits another. Boy, he's got a nice shot. Marvin with 14. Here's Sullivan the other way. And Marian will try to kill the last 12 seconds of this one with a 13-point lead. Moving the ball all around. They won't take another shot if they can help it. Sullivan hangs on, and the Marian Knights hang on to that #1 ranking and get their first win of the season in Northern Indiana Conference play, beating the Riley Wildcats tonight by a final score of 66-53. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll talk to our player of the game. It comes your way after this on the 46th Game of the Week.
Thanks for watching the WHME TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week, brought to you by
the top-ranked Marian Knights now 2-0 on the season after a 66-53 win over Riley tonight. And now in the last 34 games where Marian has scored 55 or more, they are 34-0.
I would like to see them score 55 on a regular
basis. I think Rob Berger would too.
So would Rob Berger, but they did a great job tonight. And Bo Hunt brought out a great point about the adjustment at halftime, and just were more patient. And they were getting 2 shots, 3 shots in offensive possessions where Riley was getting 1 and done. Marian's rebounding was super, and there were a lot of heroes tonight and a lot of great shots, but it was the big guys inside for Marian that got it done.
Yeah, we talked about the backcourts a lot going into this game, but Darian Thornton was in double figures. And a new career high for our player of the game. He's standing by now with Bo Hunt.
Standing by with our player of the game, Mr. Kakalea. Hey, 17 points tonight, career high. Just congrats on this victory first off.
Thank you. You know, I gotta say thank you to my teammates for giving me the ball, and we just play all around great team game, you know.
You guys had 4 guys in double figures tonight. Just that talks about how the team comes out in that second half especially. You guys came out and played. What was the difference in that second half?
You know, when we got in the locker room, we knew we had to pound it in hard the second half. We just had to come out and get it, and that's what we did.
You guys are ranked #1 in Class 3A. I know that doesn't mean anything to you guys at this point, but what would it mean to you guys to progress forward at this point now 2-0?
You know, our goal is state, and we're going to just chase that goal to the end of the year. That's what we want.
Hey, thanks a lot. Best of luck.
No problem.
Back to you guys.
Well, Marian could very well be a contender for state this year. That's why they have the ranking that they have. Both these teams in the middle of 3 games weeks. Marian has to turn around, go on the road tomorrow night, play Fort Wayne Bishop Lures. That's never easy. And a talented Merrillville comes here to Algae Oldham Gym.
Yeah, and guess what? That's a talented squad as well. And boy, it was great to have Bo Hunt back with us tonight. And we're going to have some help coming up with another young man, Craig Heatherly. And we want to offer our congratulations to Craig and his family. A new addition this past week.
Weston has joined the Heatherly lineup. We look forward to having Daddy with us on Tuesday night when we're over at Northside Gym. Hope you enjoyed this one on TV 46. We appreciate our fine 46 crew for their good work tonight, led by our production manager, Dean Korsmo. A reminder that we have Big Ten basketball on the radio on Saturday on 103.1 FM as the Indiana Hoosiers play host to the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Tip-off at noon live from the Assembly Hall in Bloomington. And then our midweek games continue next week as we go to Northside Gym for Goshen and Elkhart. You can see it live on the live stream Tuesday night at 7:45 and on TV 46 Wednesday night at 9 and Thursday afternoon at 2. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's been a busy week. Now for the Hall of Famers, Bob Nagel and Bo Hunt. It's Chuck Freeby once again the final. Marian 66, Riley 53. So long from the south side of South Bend.